Hi everyone, I'm Shelly from There's No Place Like Home at redheadmom8.wordpress.com. Today I'm finally coming around to doing a video that I've had on my mind for quite a while. It's something that I need to get off of my chest since pretty much the beginning of this pandemic. And it's this: parents, stop complaining about your kids being home. Seriously. I'm sure you've seen them. Memes and GIFs and comments galore from parents whose kids are now home from school due to the COVID-19 situation. And all they're doing is constantly complaining about having to be with their kids all day. And this is something that really needs to be addressed. I have seen so many memes of parents who are saying that they have to drink wine to be able to handle their kids. There are other memes where they talk about like the first day of homeschooling and then it shows a child like with duct tape or tied to a chair. What are you doing? This isn't funny. This isn't productive. We are in the middle of a situation that is likely very scary for a lot of kids. Their world has been turned upside down, and they know this because they don't just cancel school for nothing. So while a lot of adults also are fearful about the future and what is going on, imagine how kids feel. So kids are now at home with parents, and all I've been seeing all over the place are parents who just can't handle it and do not care about letting the world know how little time they care to spend with their kids. This is not right. You should not be looking forward to your kids going back to school so that their teachers can raise them for you. Why did you become parents? Seriously. When you found out that you were expecting, you were likely ecstatic. When you gave birth to that child, you were likely ecstatic. You were probably so excited to get that little baby dressed up and to show it to family and friends. And as time moved on and they learned how to walk and learned how to talk, these were likely all exciting times for you. Your kids do not cease being your children once you put them in school. One fortunate thing that I have seen happening a lot is that there are a lot of parents who are realizing now that school is little more than a glorified daycare. Kids, the large majority of kids are sent off to school, and parents they no longer have the skills necessary to be parents anymore because they've gotten so used to the school taking care of all issues for them. How many times have you heard people say, I'll just let my child's teacher deal with it. Oh, the teacher will handle it. No, now is the time for you to step up and be your child's parent. You should not have to drink wine to be with your only child, that child that you gave birth to. You should not be constantly complaining to everyone because you have to be with your kids all day and they're disruptive to your routine. This isn't about you. When you had children, it stopped being about you. Now is the time to think of those little ones that you brought into the world. And I say little ones, but this could also have to do with older kids as well. Parents, I'm sorry, but there are too many of you who are just thinking of yourselves and who just don't like the fact that your kids are now home and you can't have your little routine that you had going every day. But guess what? Their routine is also disrupted. Their life also looks different. And you going online and bashing your children is not helpful. What if they see these things? How will they feel? How do kids feel when they hear their parents telling friends on the phone, oh, I can't stand them anymore? This is not what a parent should be about. It is time to step up to the plate, and it's time to realize that those teachers were never your kids' parents to begin with. You have always been, and it's time for you to take that role back again and to remember that you are the one who is responsible for those children. You are the one who is to love those children. I know that this is an entirely different situation than what you're used to, especially if you have schools that are giving you all kinds of work to do with your kids. I understand. It's frustrating. But don't go online and call your 4-year-old an idiot because it took them too long to fill out a pre-kindergarten worksheet. What are you doing? I know I said that earlier, but what are you doing? It's time for it to stop, because what do you want your kids to look back on in the future, okay? When all of this hopefully is over with, what kind of memories do you want them to have? Do you want them to have memories of the time that they needed their parents most? Their parents were so wrapped up in themselves that they couldn't stop complaining about being with them? Or do you want your kids to remember that even though everyone was going through difficult times, their parents did everything that they could to make it comfortable to them, to help them to feel at ease, and to let them know that they were loved? I beg you, please, if you've been doing these things, rethink it. That's all that I have for you today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet and would like to hear more of what I have to say, I would love if you would do that. I do go on these tirades occasionally. If you like my work and would like to check out my Patreon page, I will leave a link in the description box for that as well. And I hope you have a great day and love your kids.